really good and William Wallace just be a primary. Go William Wallace Liu Che. Don't do it. There's a very simple reason for that. Holy shit, what a time to be an infantry main in Rise of Kingdoms. They just announced William Wallace. He looks amazing. However, there is something that we need to discuss about the Smite talent tree. I think there is an unnecessary hype just because it's a new tree and it's for Smite damage. And I don't think it's that great. I will explain in a moment. Without further ado, let's go. His active skill deals smite damage to a target troop, damage factor 2.4k, so single target smite damage. However, it doesn't end there. Then deals extra smite damage again, which is great, to up to 3 enemy troops currently attacking this commander's troop, damage factor 300. So conditionally, it's an AoE. It's not very high damage, but still, it has that extra AoE effect. His second skill is just a stat stick, health, attack, march speed. I wish he had more health than attack, but it is what it is. I'm gonna skip that. Third one, Lion of the North. This commander's troop takes 10% less normal damage. Whenever this commander's troop deals smite damage with a damage factor greater than 1000, there is an 80% chance, which is huge, 80% is so high, that the damage will be increased by 40%. That's insane. Yes, I know there is 10 seconds cooldown, but still almost doubling the smite damage. And remember, it should be greater than 1000, so it cannot be triggered by those small skills, small skills that gives you a little bit of extra smite damage. For example, his first skill deals extra 300 damage, and this is not going to trigger because if you increase 300 by 40%, you're not even going to see any difference almost. However, if you increase like 2000 damage by 40%, that's just insane. Fourth skill. When attacking a troop on the map, he deals 10% more smite damage, 10% more normal damage, alright. And his expertise, I'm not gonna say it's amazing, but it's not bad either. It's pretty decent, I would say. Whenever this commander's troop uses an active skill or is slowed, it dispels all slow effects from up to 3 allied and friendly troops, including this commander's troop, then grants them a shield, damage factor 1000 for 2 seconds. It has a 10-second cooldown as well. If this cooldown was a little bit shorter, like 7 seconds maybe, because 5 seconds I guess will be really good, like it will be OP, but 7 to 8 seconds would have been better. That would make the skill like really strong, but right now with 10-second cooldown, I think it's more manageable. Now, before we get into William Wallace open field pairings, we need to talk about the Smite tree. Let's quickly look at the major talents in the Smite tree. Number 1, to the bitter end. Every 10 seconds after this commander's troop enters a battle, it gains a 2% bonus to all types of smite damage up to 10%. So it's going to happen every 10 seconds. First of all, you need to be in the battle for 50 seconds so that you can get the full value, the 10% value, because every 10 seconds it's extra 2% bonus. And even if you do, the total amount is only 10%. I think that is nothing to get excited, alright? The second one, this commander's troop takes 6% less skill damage. Okay, this is not bad, right? This is definitely not bad. However, I want you to look at where it is in the talent tree. Like, it's pretty far away from the middle, right? Let's just close this and go to Saladin, for example, because he does have support tree. Look at this. It's right here. Loose formation. It's way closer, which means it requires way less talent points. It's a 3 out of 3, just like Thick Skin. As you can see, it says 3 out of 3. And it's 9%. 9% less skill damage of all types. And this one, pretty much the same thing. It takes 6% less skill damage. So in the talent tree, it is further than loose formation. However, loose formation reduces skill damage 9%, but this reduces 6%. So I don't think that's amazing. The third one, fight or flight. I'm gonna lie, this is really good. Whenever this commander's troop deals any type of smite damage, by the way, if you think, oh, what are the types of smite damage? It's just like skill damage. There is like additional smite damage, there is direct damage. I'm not 100% sure if it does count as a different type of smite damage. If we go to engineering, Gonzalo de Cordoba, boom, we have range smite damage. And in my opinion, even though some people think that Smite 3 is really good and William Wallace just be a primary, go William Wallace Liu Che, don't do it. There is a very simple reason for that. Now, if you use Liu Che primary instead of William Wallace, so instead of Smite 3, you are going to get the Attack 3. However, there is a massive upside of using Liu Che as primary because Liu Che's first skill is smite damage. It is 2250 and it is a 5 target AoE. If you use William Wallace primary, there is an 80% chance that you are going to increase 2400 single damage factor by 40%, and if it triggers, there is a 10-second cooldown. This means if we assume that Liu Che is secondary, you are using William Wallace primary, Liu Che secondary, his 5 target 2000 something damage AoE won't be increased by 40%. And remember, the chance is 80%, which is like quite high. More often than not, you're going to trigger this line of the North skill. So what you want to have is Liu Che primary. So when he's primary, he deals his 5 target AoE massive smite damage, and most likely that damage is going to be boosted by 40% with William Wallace, and you're going to pretty much destroy everyone. So in my opinion, best pairing is going to be Liu Che, obviously. You can consider Gorgo. I think, here's the thing, if you go one march, I would say Liu Che primary and William Wallace secondary. If you go 2 infantry marches, I wouldn't touch on that pairing. And for the second march, I would go with good old tried and true Guan and Scipio. I think that will make the best 2 pairings in Rise of Kingdoms from one single troop type. Back in the day, it was for cavalry. I would say we'll go for Nevsky, William, Ho Chu-bing, and Joan of Arc, or the other way around. Which one do you prefer? And that will be the 2 best marches from single troop type. But now, man, I think it's definitely infantry now. Liu Che primary, William Wallace secondary, and Guan Yu primary with Scipio secondary. I cannot wait to see what they're going to release for the other infantry commander, because I'm guessing they're going to release a really strong infantry rally commander, because we just had a cavalry garrison, so infantry rally makes sense. Hope you guys liked it, hope you guys enjoyed it. I will probably make a video about that rally infantry commander as well. If you don't want to miss it, all you need to do is to hit subscribe, and if you like the video, a like will be greatly appreciated. I see you on the next one. Goodbye.